Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, who led the ruling BJP's anti-terrorism diplomatic outreach to the United States, Brazil, and 3 other nations last month after Operation Sindoor, has called for more support for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's energy, dynamism, and willingness to engage with other countries, and labelled it a prime asset for India on the global stage. In an article published by The Hindu on Monday, Mr. Tharoor said that the outreach, seven across party MP delegations visited 32 countries, including the US, the European Union, and the member nations, Saudi Arabia and Russia. And this was a moment of national resolve and effective communication, affirmed that India, when united, can project its voice with clarity and conviction. He said these delegations explained the calibrated and measured nature of India's military response to the Pahalgam terror attack, underscored Pakistan's continued links to terrorism. He specifically referenced the crossover of Indian and Pak delegations in the US and said, quote, "Even as the Pakistani delegation was simultaneously present, we found US representatives echoing our concerns and urging decisive action against terror groups. Our arguments, grounded in facts and consistent advocacy, were reinforcing the legitimacy of India's position." Quote, "We consistently highlighted the severity of the threat from across our borders, aiming to build global consensus to hold perpetrators accountable," unquote, he wrote, calling the outreach a success. Mr. Tharoor was one of a dozen opposition leaders who was part of these delegations. The list includes high-profile figures like Mr. Tharoor and some others from the Congress, as well as AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi, the Shiv Sena's UBTs, Priyanka Chaturvedi, and DMK's Kani Mohi. The Thiruvananthapuram MP selection increased friction between himself and his party. The two already have a frosty relationship in the public eye over several issues, including continued positive words for the Prime Minister. That friction has led to the talk of a blockbuster political switch, which could mean the 4-time Lok Sabha MP and a veteran Congress leader, who was also a former top United Nations official and a former External Affairs Minister, was preparing to jump from the Congress to PM Modi's side. In fact, after news of his appointment to lead the US-bound delegation, arguably the most important of the 7, sections of the Congress called him a super spokesperson for the BJP's publicity stunts and accused of flattering Prime Minister Modi. However, Mr. Tharoor has repeatedly dismissed talks of a switch, insisting he could not swap the Congress for the BJP. Speaking to NDTV last week, he again played down any friction with the party, calling such incidents differences of opinion with only some elements of leadership. When NDTV asked him how he would define his relationship with the Congress today, Mr. Tharoor pointed out he had been loyal to the party and its ideology for the last 16 years.